Hey guys, so welcome to the Bat Cave. Hey, are you thinking about putting up some video cameras around the house or needing to put some up at work or something? Well, as luck would have it, I'm the guy that does that at our job, and I'm going to go through the whole process, how to set them up and sort out some of the confusion on it. And anyway, so stick around. Hey, please click on the like and subscribe buttons to see more videos like this, and we'll be right back right after the intro. Of course, we like to start these videos with the basics. Coffee. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be going over some cameras. So stick around, watch this, and we're going to teach you if you have cameras to put up either around your house or at work. A lot of these I'm doing at work, but you know, a lot of the same topics will apply if you're doing it at home. So hey, once again guys, I just want to let you know I'm not sponsored by anybody. These videos I make are just kind of for education, and hopefully they help you out. These are the Axis, you know, you can use any cameras. These are just the ones I have at my disposal right now. You know, these are Axis M20 network cameras. And they always come with a little, you know, you'll see it says SN number, but that number, it becomes the MAC address. So same number that says SN in these cases are your MAC address number. And I always confirm, you know, when you get the camera out here, you know, the little mounting thing you can pull out, there's a sticker underneath the camera that has the SN number. I always, just in case there's some human error, I always verify that with the number on the box, you know, just to make sure everything is, you know, whenever you take these off, a lot of the time, you know, the doors are mounted on there. They usually come with some type of little wrench. Yeah, I know in this case it'll come in the kit. You just, you know, loosen those bolts. It just means either in shipping they rattled to where they tighten themselves down, or somebody in shipping them tightened them down because they had more time on their hands than I do. So anyway, the other piece I'll be using is a power injector. We use the power injector just so it, you know, provides power to the camera. On the network, they plug into ports on the switch that supplies power, but when you're dealing with them at home or working with them, sometimes you do have to get one of these. This has a plug, plugs in, will go plug into the wall. You'll see right here, there's a thing labeled on the other end of it. It says to network jack and to hub or switch. And I always kind of color code them just to help me remember them. Like I got this black cable going to the network jack, meaning this one is going to go to the camera and plug in. This one going into hub and switch is a blue one that I'm used to using all the time, so I know that one's either going to plug to the hub at home, you know, to the router you have at home, or in the case of a network that, you know, you probably wouldn't be using it, but if you had a switch with no PoE on it, power over Ethernet, then this would go plug into the switch. You know, if you have PoE, you're not going to use this to begin with. But for configuring them at home, they're nice because you can go in ahead of time and put the IPs in. That way, when you do get to the network, you plug it in, the IP address is already on the camera. So anyway, that's what this is. You'll notice the underneath parts of these, you'll see a memory card, and you'll see kind of a little weird looking area right there. That's a control button. What that's for is if you need to factory reset, you would hold that button down while you plug in the camera And at first it'll come up orange, and then once it starts blinking yellow, then you can let go of it, and you keep watching the light, and eventually it'll come up green, showing you that it's complete, that it's factory reset. At that point, when you pull it up, it'll pull up the factory just like you just took it out of the box. So anyway, that's the control button. You'll notice there's a little place for, and I've already put the storage card in there, but there's a place for a storage card, so you have some memory on the camera if you ever need to go get a picture. In our case, they send, we have these things set through an app that sends an email with a snapshot of the camera anytime something's going on, and then you can set these to be motion activated to record anytime there's motion. We don't always do that in the rooms, just because if you get dust flying around or some bug gets in the room, then your camera is going off all the time. So anyway, and then you have a place to plug your Ethernet camera in, which provides power to it and gets the camera working. So when I'm pulling this up, I just wanted to say a word about documentation. Anytime you're doing a process, it's new, not a lot of people are doing it, always go by the fact that you may not be there tomorrow. You may go on to another job, make it easy for the next guy. So if you're writing up documentation, always write it so somebody that has no idea what they're doing can go in there and do it, and try to write it so a fifth grader could walk through that process. Like you'll see right here, I always title it, what the type of camera I'm installing. I'll put any additional materials needed. Well, when they're installing it, they may not think of that ahead of time. They get out there and go, oh. So I put down, you're going to need screws, wall anchors for screws in case you have sheetrock. A lot of times switch rooms have plywood all over the wall, and you can just screw in with screws. But two-sided sticky tape, for these reader door tags that trigger the doors when they go in. And you're going to need cables that are long enough to reach to the switch from wherever the camera will be mounted. That way, they can look at that at the very beginning of it. Hey guys, so once again, we plugged in our network injector. You see the little power light on right there. You have two cables. The black cable that says to network jack, that one's going to go to the camera. This one is plugged in my laptop. So you'll see once I plug this black cable into the camera, kind of the process it goes through. Of course, my dogs got to go tripping over everywhere they can walk. They got to trip right over the freaking cables. All right. First thing I want to go over, though, I've already put the memory card in there. You can see it right here. This button right here is a control button. That's for resetting it. So I'm going to show you kind of what the lights do while you go through that reset process. I'm going to hold it down before I plug it in. So you'll see it starts out with an orange light. See how it's blinking yellow? Well, anyway, once it's blinking, you can let go of it, and you can see the process that it goes through. It'll turn orange for a little while, and then once you see it turn green, the camera has been reset. So, and that's what Molly has to say about it. There we go. So once you see it turn green, it's been factory reset. So anyway, when you're at home, you're going to see little jacks on the back of your home router, which is where I'm going to plug this one in to get the camera going in the network. I've already plugged in my power injector. It's already plugged in to the camera. So I'm going to plug this in one of those other holes, then we'll go back to the computer. I need more coffee after that.
Hey guys, so we're going to go over how you set up the camera. First thing I wanted to show you is how to come up with the IP address and default mask. So go down to your computer, go to your command prompt. I have it saved here. If you don't, you can just type this or the search. Just type CMD for command, CMD. It opens up this command prompt. Click open, and it'll pop it up right there. Now what we're going to do, the ARP table stores all your IP addresses, so to see what you can and can't use on there, we're going to type the command ARP-A, which is ARP-A. And if you look right here, like this is my laptop IP address. Of course, .1 is always going to be the router, but this shows .1, .2, .3. I could use .4, .5, .10, whatever, and I have configured this camera before, so it's actually in there. That .110 is what we're using right here. So anyway, that one's already in the ARP table. The other one we can do to find out this default gateway and the subnet mask, if you're not sure, is just do an IP config if you're on Windows. If it's a Mac or Linux or something, you may have to do IF config. So when you do that, you can see right here the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. The default gateway, which is also called the default router, is 192.168.1.1. So anyway, I just wanted to show you kind of how I got that information. Now I am going to open, this is the IP access IP config utility. If you get another camera, there may be a different piece of software, but that's the one that this camera had. So if you look right here, it's showing that 110. I've actually set this camera up before, but if you click on it, there's a thing here that says IP settings. First time you do it, if you hit continue anyway, you'd have to set a password or something for it. It would just ask you a password, ask you to confirm it. Pick what your password is, and then it'll come back to here to where if I hit continue anyway, like it's asking me, username by default on these are always root. The password we set just to keep it simple. Don't ever use this as a password. I'm just doing it for the class. It's the word password. Once you click that, it'll, by default, automatic DHCP will be checked. So you uncheck that. You just click it to uncheck it. And you put the IP address you want. You put the subnet mask you want. And then you do that. Put the default gateway, or it calls it default router, same thing. And then you would click apply. I've actually already put those in it, but if I didn't, the word apply would come up and I would just pick that. So after you've done that, you can come here to device web interface, and you'll see it'll come up to here and automatically go to here. It'll ask me for the root and the password of the camera, which is root password, and that's pretty much how simple it is, other than whatever app you use to monitor it and buying it. You can see now it's got, the camera's set up in it. You do want to format, going into settings, system is where you can go in here to set. I've already formatted the card, but if not, you would just check this. It's normally off, turn it on, and everything is good. Anyway, so that's how you set it. It'll come up with a little gear icon. You click that and you're good to go. It formats it. Pretty much that's it, other than hooking it to a server, and you can look on Google Play or Apple Play Store and get any of your apps to set them up on. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hey guys, to see more videos like this, please click on the like and subscribe buttons down below, and click to be notified, and we'll keep making the videos and you'll be notified anytime we're putting out new ones. Thanks for watching.